นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังธัมมังสังฆังนะมัสสามิ Okay, before we commence the talk, I would advise you all to sit in the comfortable position, in a meditative state of mind, to get yourself composed so that you can listen to the Dhamma talk. Start with some breathing exercise. Breathing in, relax the whole body and mind. Breathing out, you're also relaxing your body and your mind. And today I was invited to deliver a talk before the end of the rain retreats, 2000s. We may be living in the different parts of the world, but with this modern technology, we are still interconnected. Right? So Dhamma is made available very conveniently. Let's bear one thing in mind. You must have the respect for the Dhamma. Right? Everything that's a start, everything that's a sustain, and everything will come to an end. And this is part and parcel of life. So do we have a good start? Someone will say that yes, I have a good start. Someone may say that no, I don't have a good start in life. You see? So if you have a good start, or if you are quite blessed, right, you have the opportunity to do all this kind of goodness for yourself, all this kind of positive thing, all this kind of skillful actions. Continue to do it. You have time to meditate, observe your precept, you have time to do your chanting, all kinds of goodness regarding generosity, right? To share your fortune, to share your food to the less fortunate one. By all means, please do it. Because all these positive and skillful actions will have an impact in ourselves. In Buddhism, we say Dana or 布施供养. It's very important, right? we have a good start. And for people who doesn't have a good start, well, it's time that we start to do this goodness for ourselves. Because when you do something good, your heart will open up. You see, you won't get so narrow-minded. A lot of people, some people, because they never hear say, and because of the companions, the friends that they mix around, are very selfish. So, and of course, they don't see the need, or why should I help, you know? Because most people, generally, they are quite selfish, right? But when they meet with a kind of good people who encourage them to cultivate goodness, and when these people, because of their pride, because of their ego, they will think that, why should I? I don't owe them. Everybody got a fair share. Why should I? So, but of course, individually, everybody got their own choice. But what I'm saying, trying to say that when a person have this kind of not so good view, and we start to mix with people who are generous and they see other people give, that strikes them. Why these people is doing all these things? Why? You know, you can see a lot of people, especially in the giving free lunch, free food, you know, free grocery, you know, in any kinds of organization, charitable organization, regardless of your religion, people has been practicing generosity. And it's a very kind move. It really moves people, right? And a lot of people join this kind of act because it's very easy, because you just give. You got nothing to, and then the act of giving brings you what? Happiness. You'll be very happy, right? In this lifetime, definitely. You feel very happy, very blissful because of something good you have done, right? So we say that these people are very wise. You know, the wise people will always encourage this kind of wise move, what we call generosity, and especially in this crucial time, this time where the whole world is struck by this so-called the disease COVID-19, right? And a lot of this what they call a charitable organization is lending their hand outside to help those needy people. But of course, there are some who always say that they don't have enough resources, you know, then we leave them alone. But people who are doing, they are happy in doing. They never give excuse. You look at people who always like to do goodness. They never give excuse. Even they don't have, they will find some way to solve this issue. You see, and these are the people we should give credit. They are the good people, right? They help human mankind. Like I say, especially at this crucial time, COVID-19. See? I just received a news, all this uncertainty, you see, related to human life. These people just got cancer, these people just died. You see, you look at this uncertainty in our life, you see, and the priority we given to ourselves in life. What are the priority? And you say that we human beings, we want happiness. But what are the things that can give you happiness? Is it the money or the food? Is it shelter? Is it your clothing? Or is it your essential need? You can have a lot of money, but what for? They're just number. You never use it. But if you are generous, you share. The kind of happiness that arises within your actions, money come by. It's beyond the numbers that you look in your bank account. For what? You can't bring anything along. You see? So this is something we should think about. Right? Especially certain organizations, I should say. They always gamble the money not enough, blah, 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 blah. All these kind of excuses. You see? When people give, you never say. When you want to give to other people, you think so much. I don't know why. I don't know why. What is the reason behind? When people donate to organization, they just take in. But when they're going to give to someone, they think, the community member think so much. As though it's their money. Why this thing happen? Why? Hey, this is the public fund. Right? You know why am I coming from, right? Why I speak this way. Every one of you know in your heart why I talk this way. Because this is selfishness of human mankind. You see? Chao Khun only good at spending money, don't have to find money. Your money? Whose money is that? The public money. They give the money to an organization for this kind of good move. It's not your money. Whose money? It's the public money. The public trusted that we would discharge this fund. Right? Now keep for a while. I don't know why. They start to make all kind of comments. This is not right. This is not right. Right? So bear in mind, this is word of cautious. Remember one thing. Right? You can listen to the music next door. Huh? You public talk. Tell him it's a public talk. Sorry, you know why? Because our neighborhood, he's a Ang Mo. He said he doesn't know that we have the talk here, so he full blast now. But anyway, let him go and talk. So a lot of things, right? A lot of things. When you are given a task, remember, what is your task? What is your task? Right? A committee member must know your duty as a committee member. Why you want to commit? Not because you commit, you want the name, you want to commit. No. You want to commit because I want to be part of this goodness. That's why I commit. But I believe everybody got the same mentality or same view that we're going to do things the same way. They just sometimes they a bit too cautious, a bit scared, you know. And they get all kind of reason, you know, given. And that really sometimes makes some people think, especially I start to think, why? Why when people donate to us, just give like that? But when we donate to other people, we think. Right? So be careful, any organizations that have this problem, please bear in mind. Please bear in mind. This is generosity. Because why? It has the impact. Why I need to bring out this kind of problem publicly? Because we got nothing to hide. We're open up to discussion, right? It's supposed to be a talk, but it needs to be covered in this topic. So that people will know how to react. We are setting an example for the public. We are moral role for the public. And the general public believe, trusted this kind of moral role. So we should execute this kind of good actions. in helping whatever way we can help. Especially at this present moment, COVID times, right? Where everything is bad and people lack of food, right? Of course, Singapore is a place we hardly have place to plant our own food. Unlike big country, they got ample space, they can do their own cultivation, they don't have problems about cash, because cash cannot be taken as food, it got to be exchanged. But you have land, it's different. If you have land, it's different. Like our grandfather time, where the society is, you plant your own food, you eat your own food, you work hard for survival, and slowly when things start to change, you see what happened now. Until people have overwhelmed with what? Materials, expectation, too much on material thing. And this is what happened, spoiled child. Because never go through all kind of this kind of a basic training. And then they talk about what we call it, the education system, talk about all this kind of knowledge. You see? When you don't have food, what happened? How are you going to stay? How are humanity going to survive? These are the basic things you've got to look into it. Right? Why we want to touch on this topic? Because we're talking something very basic in life. Human life, you need food. You need lodging, you need medicine, you need clothing. Right? And these are the things we must have in order to live peacefully, happily, healthily as a human being. But of course, this is only looking after your own body. Yeah? And if your body is not strong, you don't look after your body, right? But in Buddhism especially, we're talking about cultivation of our mind, sila. The next thing we'll talk about our sila, or the precept, the restraint in our actions. This is another very important things. A lot of people, they thought that I just do dana, will do. Who cares? Other thing. My heart is good, will do. No, it's not true, Your heart is good, you do sila, is not enough. You do generosity, is not enough. You see? You can offer food, all kinds of these 4 requisites, food, medicine, flower, or anything. But if you don't have precept, let me tell you, you know what you will become in the next life, according to the sutta. People with no precept. You come back as an animal. You can, but very good animal, Dogs very well taken care of. Got aircon rooms, cats, elephant, horses, all kind of animals. They're very owned by rich people, very well taken care of. But animal, because why? The precept. You might not agree with me, right? But you got to go and read the sutta, right? The sutta, this sutta, Chanosona Sutta, right? So it has been described very clearly, this sutta, because every time I heard amongst Buddhist friends or people say, we just do donation, we just be good, will be good. No, you must have precept. You must have precept because the Buddha laid down this fundamental 5 precepts is to enable every human beings to at least come back as a human being, if not as a Tevada, or you can meditate and attain Sotapanna and above to Arahant, Nibbana. So the precept is very important, right? A lot of people thought that they have wrong view. They thought that I just do good will do. You see? Because They are good according to how they think is good, But the Buddha goodness is no, that is not enough. You mustn't kill. No killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no telling lie, right? And no alcohol. You must follow strictly. This is very important because a lot of people isn't being informed or they don't believe. That's okay, the people don't believe. But as a Buddhist, right, we believe in the Buddha's teachings. What the Buddha say, we better follow. Because the Buddha is Samma Sambuddha, right? Even the Deva, the divine beings, also got to consult the Buddha, and the Buddha know. The law of karma. That's why he tell us human beings to observe these 5 precepts. It is quite scary, like, I do all this goodness and become horses, become animal. Hey, not fair, man. Some people, they don't feel happy when they heard that. I do all this goodness and become animals? Then how can that be? They don't do goodness anymore. You see, I'm not the one who said it. It's the Buddha's word. Right? And then we have all this precept. It's still not enough because you can have precept. But you still have what? Suffering. Sometimes you are affected by what other people are talking about you. People look at you. People comment on you. You don't feel happy. You feel sad. And then you don't know what to do. They say that I do generosity. I'm happy. Then I'm affected by people who say all this bad thing about me, right? They observe the precept, but how come I still feel very sad, feel very unhappy with myself? Because we don't know how to handle what people are talking about us. This is where meditation's got to come in. The cultivation of your mind comes in. It's very important. You got to have this 3 things hand to hand, go together. Right? For example, be mindful. Be mindful, of course, we're talking about meditation, we sit. Sometimes when we sit and meditate, we still have all this kind of, we call it Nirvana. The 5 hindrances arise in us: anger, aversion, jealousy, all these bad thoughts arises in us. And we find ourselves very hard to settle down, especially when we are over engaged with external things in our life. And all of a sudden we want to sit and meditate and try to calm the mind down, and you find yourself very hard to calm down. Because in your daily life you never maintain mindfulness. You see? You never maintain mindfulness. You just let your mind go wild, think the way you want to think, behave the way you want to behave. And when you come back home, 15, 16 hours outside, you let your mind go. Hell break loose, right? And you come back home, just 1 hour, maybe 15 minutes, and say, how come my mind don't calm down? How come? You must be expecting too much. Right? So we talk about informal practice, right? Informal practice in your daily life. The minute you wake up in life, you wake up in the morning, try to bring your awareness back to your body instead of your awareness springing out to acknowledge all these running thoughts. Get it? Most of the time, we wake up, at first it's quite clear. Our mind is quite clear, quite composed. Then you start to wake up, then you start to, quite clear, and boom, a lot of thought just stream to your mind, right? And you sort of back to square one and, blur. Then the thought will, your mental formation, your mental thought will start to take charge of you from that moment onwards. You must do this, and then you start to become, very exciting, very unstabilized, and get panic. And this is why people get panic, unstabilized. But if you can compose yourself, that means you wake up, you establish awareness, the mindfulness of the body. You feel, don't just wake up, spring up, jump from the bed. No, wake up, open your eyes calmly, and try to do some, wakening up the body by sending your sensations, the awareness of sensation throughout your body. Okay? Slowly, let the mind belt to this body, using the sensation to belt your awareness onto the body. And you can see the mind spring up, but you don't follow. And you slowly see, you go toilet, can still everything maintain the composure. And you find it's very, very useful. Just bringing back your mind or awareness back to the body, that's all. You see the power of mindfulness, being able to direct your attention back to the body and be aware of the feeling of the body, of the presence of the body. It helps you a lot. And you find your life just change tremendously. Just change. You just keep practicing it. It is quite difficult at the start. Nothing is easy at the start. But once you instill this kind of good habit in yourself, you find that it's very good. You're very composed. Whole day you're very steady, very sharp. You don't get so panicked like last time anymore. You are very composed now. Right? But of course your character will be the same, the way you talk, but it's just that you know that you feel very nice. Right? You know how to manage. We call it how to do this kind of mental management, how to manage yourself without letting your running mind, I use the word running mind, monkey mind, to drag you away. You control. And whatever thought runs into your mind, you can detect straight away because your awareness is always intact. And pop on this thought. So as you practice gradually, you do day in, day out, it's a matter of time. You experience the kind of mental calmness. Because all this are what we say, call it informal practice. And when you can maintain this kind of awareness and mindfulness throughout the whole day, and when you come to formal practice, you just sit, you find that sitting and standing and doing is like the same. You just sit and pop. The more you focus on your breath, or you put it aside, you can see how your mind zooming, enter samadhi just like that. Fast. Why? Because you are able to maintain your daily practice. And this is very important. You see, a lot of practicing Buddhists, they practice and they keep asking questions, why this and why that, why I cannot calm my mind down, blah, 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 blah. And because of the not enough informal practice to support them, and this is what happened, right? This is one thing. Second thing, those people who can sit already, right? They always engage with what? Kepo. Why I say kepo? Nimitta, sound, smell, or sensation or vision or certain type, and they start to engross in that thing. And they find themselves so fascinating with that thing. And in the end, they come back as though they're not meditating at all. And they don't know why. And now people thought that this is attainment. For your information, this is not attainment. This is what you're already gone. It's just like any ordinary people who daydream, This thing come up, pop, and you follow. We meditate. We don't meditate for this purpose. To see ghosts, to meddle with other people, kepo other people. We don't want this type of thing. This is not the Buddha's telling you to do. No. The real teaching of the Buddha is after you are able to calm your mind, you must contemplate. Whatever thing that arises in you, contemplate. contemplate. How? How does the contemplation take place? You can only contemplate when your mind is calm, right? It's just a car is moving, you cannot see properly. You must stop your vehicle, come up from the vehicle, look at the thing, and appreciate and look at the thing and try to understand. Then you can see what's wrong. It's just like the light here. Right? You want to know what's wrong, which bulb blow, you cannot see, you don't know which one is blow. You got to on the light, you got to sit. You cannot just walk, you don't know. You cannot see because different angle, you got to slowly and detect it. Same thing. Meditation, we apply the same attitude. Right? We don't go and mess around with nimitta when you can't handle nimitta. Or you yourself can't even don't know what is called khanika samadhi, what is called concentration. When the mind calms down, how is it like? You don't even know what is samadhi. When the mind goes to concentration, what is it? How is it like? How does it feel? Upachara samadhi, threshold concentration. What are the symptoms? You also don't know. Appana samadhi, how is it? You also don't know. But you want to kepo, you want to be so busybody, engrossed with all this kind of external thing. You're looking for trouble. In the end, you find yourself not improving. Sometimes you get what? More egoistic. Because why? I can contact the Deva, I can talk to this, talk to that. But you look at this guy or she or this human being who's talking, you look at the ego that he possesses. That no, something not right. Something not right. Right? He can't even solve it. We look at his family, look at the way he treated people, look at the way he ran his life. It's not right. You can tell. You don't have to have to be a very special meditator in order to know. Simple common sense. If you claim to be a good meditator, how we gauge him? His greed. Is he greedy? Right? Greed for what? Name. Greed for what? Fame. Greed for what? Possessions. I want this, I want that. Very greedy. We can tell straight away. Right? Anger. Diluted. These are the you don't have to have a very possess special skill to know that whether this person is a good meditator that cultivates meditation well. You just look at the way he behaves. You can tell straight away. One eye can see through. Why? You just look the way he conduct himself. You see? Greediness is the most easier way. Greed. Greed for a lot of things. You see? Then we can know. Likewise with ourselves. We meditate to cultivate ourselves. If we, after meditation, our greed decrease. Everything people give, it's okay. You can have it. If people give, okay. Don't give, that's okay also. Yes, you're improving. If people give, very happy. People don't give, very angry. Something wrong. You better, we call it, why? Got to throw question why. Why your mind behave this way? Why? Because when you are stuck with greed, second thing is, when you get it, you're happy. You don't get it, you'll be very angry. When you get angry, you black out. When you black out, you know what happens? You can do all kinds of unwholesome things that going to destroy yourself and destroy other people. Be careful, right? Especially meditator. Because nowadays, all this gadget got a lot of games, no? And these people, they like to play games. And this game is very fascinating. I myself, I never play, but I heard from some other kids. And when this kid, they meditate, you know, our mind state, our mind got memory, right? Got perception, can think, they can remember things, can perceive through eye. So when you get engrossed in this kind of exciting game, right? And then you want to meditate, what thing will manifest? Of course, it's also memory of your game, you know, of these witches, or all this kung fu thing, all this wow, project thing coming out in your meditation. And if you are not being guided properly, right, you might take that for real, because it's so real. Because you take the image as your preoccupation. You never take your primary object, your breath. You never stay with the breath. You never stay with the word poto. You see? The mindfulness you never instill in your body. This is what happened. And we can have people having this problem. And it is very dangerous. If you're not guided properly, these people will go to ruin. Because why? They thought they have supernatural power, they have this energy from here, this energy from there. All these are mind-made. Right? That's why I keep telling this, why I need to bring out this topic. Because there's someone who asked me this question, right? They're learning meditation, don't know from where, and they have been taught that, yeah, you have this energy, the energy. What kind of energy? It's a sound imagination. Like I always say, have you ever calmed down your mind or not? Is this the Buddha's teaching? The Buddha teach you what? The Buddha teach you to have the precept, right? To meditate, to calm the mind down. Not to meditate and look at all this external thing for what? It cannot help you with the great hatred delusion. Worse still, it make you more egoistic, make you more, well, you have supernatural power. Hey, bullshit. Go lah, do something about the COVID thing. They say that you are good. Right? So stop fooling yourself and stop fooling these innocent people who are new to meditation. Right? It's very evil of a person who don't know and try to teach. You are leading the blind. I need to cautious these things. Sorry, I need to cautious. Right? It's better that you go to a YouTube, go to a proper guidance, rather than practicing, don't know, with what as your guidance. Right? You must tell people about the precept, the behavior, how they should behave. Right? Because why? We don't want people to meditate and then after become madness, they cannot control themselves, and then people will start to blame meditation, you know. Who to blame now? Because of the associate people is wrong. So bear in mind, right? And the engrossment on nimitta. You see? All these problems arise because our mind always focuses on the external. Look at other people. We don't want to look inside of us. Don't want to calm the mind. Because it's very fascinating and interesting to look outside. Because outside, when your mouth, you look outside already. Your eyes got doing look outside. Papa, mama, every day intoxicate, you know, really become papa, mama. Even though you are a child that has been adopted by another, don't know which family, that we read in the newspaper, right? The child don't know. He was from other race, different color, but he raised by another race. And then when he grown matured enough, he said, how come I'm different from them? But from small, he has been taught, this is your father, this is your mother. And when he grown up, he's still, at first, when he's not mature enough to think, to differentiate things, he can still accept that this is his biological parents. But when he start to get elder, he start to realize things. He said, no, I don't think they are my biological. Then who is my biological parents? Problems start from there. See? Because why? Color. Because of the eyes. Because of what? Of the connection, blood connection, the feeling that I want to. Actually, his adopted parents is very good, can be his parent, but the kind of connection that I must go and find my biological parent, and this is why the problem arises. Oh yeah, the Korean lady, yes, right? So all these things that's happening in life is a very good learning lesson for us. Why I say that? Before she know the truth, she won't be that sad. She's very happy with her life. But when she know that she's not her biological parent, she start to get sad. Why that? Must that? Because of what? Avijja. You see, the attachment to what? Avijja paccaya sankhara. Sankhara. Vijnana, consciousness. Nama rupang. But again, we talk about karmic link. In Buddhism, we talk about these are all karmic. That this lady got to go through this kind of suffering, and then see what happened now. At first a happy life, and then now becomes sad because where's my parent? Feel sad because this is because if she were to know how to accept the truth, that you will be actually you're quite happy, but how can you become so sad now? Right? This is something that a lot of question mark, right? Because the desire of I want my biological I want is the cause. This desire of what she wants. That's the problem. Right? If she say that, it's okay, if I meet my parents, that's great. If I don't meet, they are my parents, then no problem. A person suffer because they want something the way they want it to be. And if the thing doesn't come in line with what they want it to be, problem. See? This is our human problems. This is our problems. This is why human beings suffered. Because this thought, see? This thought of ours, this desire that arises in ourselves is the cause of the problem. And we don't know how to acknowledge. We make believe that this is me. It's just a thought moment. That's why the Buddha said that you must be mindful. Right? Sankhara are not self. Sappe sankhara anatta. Sankhara, mental formation are not self. Sappe dhamma anattati. There's no self. But a lot of people, how can be no self? Myself, what? That's why the Buddha's teaching is very, very refined. You got to meditate. Start with your body first. And as you being able to calm your mind down, when your mind is calmed down, then slowly you move in. Right? How this body, the nature of your birth, you see, from small, you grown up, educate, married, work, middle age, grow old, and end of life, bang, finish, nothing. And when this body break up, this become what? 4 elements. Earth, wind, water, fire. Live to these 4 elements. What is there that left behind? It's your consciousness. Consciousness that is left behind. A lot of people, they say that your spirit or what, right? All these are conventional terms. We're not going to argue over this conventional term because different people, they just, okay, it's okay. We don't argue, right? So this one will enable you to reborn, will be the one that's going to take birth into another existence. So it's very important if you have good cultivations, right? Or maybe you say that I never cultivate, I never do meditation, blah, blah. But you got precept, you got do a lot of generosity, you got respect precept, not to worry. You are guaranteed to come back as a human beings. Sure, human beings. Better still, up there, heaven, heavenly beings, because you have the precept. But if you don't have precept, sorry, you got no ticket. No ticket to become human being, no ticket to go up there, you go down. Or animal realms. Yeah? So it's very fair, no? It's very fair. It's not that, oh, how come not fair? It's very fair. It's very fair. But if you cultivate meditation, but again, your mind is not properly trained, or you got a lot of wrong views, you go to the wrong company, the Mara company, the retinues of the Mara, you know, the retinues of all these wrong views, they are Deva, but they the wrong views. They don't respect the Buddha's teaching. That's why we have different kinds of heavenly beings, you know. It's quite fascinating, in fact, if you were to read at the sutta, and if you were to encounter in your meditation certain thing where your mind is quite stabilized, right? You can see, oh, there's really this kind of existence. But why just now the talk, we discourage you from getting involved? Because your mind is not ready. And your mind is not ready, you get involved with all these things that you can't handle, you're going to be out of your hand and you can go crazy. I have witnesses all this year as a monk. Even monk can go crazy. Don't talk about lay people. Even monk can go cuckoo, no, go crazy. Because why? They make believe what they see is true. And it got nothing to do with eradication of the great hatred delusions. It's more of a fascinating over which realm of heaven they go and blah, 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 and come back, they're so egoistic. This is not the way, meditation is all about, right? And it is very dangerous. That's why I say, oh, no. I got to put, since, of course, our talk won't be just end today like that, no? It will be continuous talk, and then when we have questions, and we're involved with a circle for the welfare of our Buddhists who are meditating. And of course, we are the watching body. When we say, because we are the ones who say, okay, there's a problem, we must voice up to remind people who are engaging in this kind of practice to be careful, so that you don't get yourself deepened in and you can't pull out, because it becomes a habit. Habit is being cultivated. If every time you meditate, you want to see things, you're going to see things. Because your mind already project out, want to see things. But if you are with the body, you see something inside. Until you meditate in such a way that you have these strong foundations in yourself. You're very clear with your 5 khandhas. You're very clear with your body, the characteristic of your body, the characteristic of your feeling, the characteristic of your sanya, perceptions, the characteristic of how your mind operates, how it thinks, the cognizers, object, the mind object. All these things, you're very certain. Then you won't be bluffed by all this story making of your mind. Yeah? Then you won't be bluffed. If not, you will get carried away, and it's very dangerous because it's all make-believe. Because you believe that what you see is true and finished. You see? Unless you're in samadhi, concentration, there's no thinking involved. Whatever thing that come up, pop, you can perceive. Then we can talk about it. If not, for those beginners, my word of caution is, please get yourself calm down first. If not, don't mess around with external things, especially nimitta. You can go crazy, right? So I need to address this problem because there's a lot of people asking me this thing, about nimitta, blah blah blah, and then this nimitta that I listen is nothing to do with meditation. It's more of a personal thing that they have think about it before, and it manifests as a thought, and when they meditate, boom, it becomes this sort of thing, right? And can you prove it's true or not true? You see? And if you can ask question, that means that you're not sure. So you better don't handle this sort of thing. Remember those people who like to engross and talk that they can talk to ghosts, talk to this, talk to that. You can't even talk to yourself. You can't even calm yourself. You can't even make yourself in a composure way so that you can see that what you presume yourself being able to communicate with other beings are self manifestation of your own mind. It's mind make. So my advice is don't get involved, right? Meditate. Always have this thing in mind. I meditate to calm myself. When your mind is calm, then you can see things clearly. There's a lot of things will reveal out by itself. A Chinese word we call it 水落石出. When the water level go down, the rock will be exposed. You see, the truth will expose. So it's better that we are honest with ourselves in our practice, right? Every time we got to do self-checking on our precept, the way we behave, okay? Is it good? Is it no good? For this Vasa 3 months, this meditation, all this goodness, our life as a human being, do we have abundant goodness already? Right? I don't think so we have. For me, not enough. I still got to do a lot of things for myself. Now, let's be very frank. That's why in one way or the other we got to do. Especially mental cultivations is very, very important. Right? So that will be for this words of advice before the Vasa end. Right now I'm going to do it in Mandarin. 很快的，我们的这个雨季安居就要完了，所以有很多人呢就来问师父有什么吩咐吗？师父讲的好像师父要死了，有什么吩咐吗？其实是劝言我们是佛教徒嘛久一次，现在是很方便嘛。虽然我们是在澳洲，可是我们还是好像很接近这样因为你可以看到师父在讲话说很容易的我要讲的一件事情就是呢，由于现在呢这个病瘟COVID-19 19导致我们的这个社会很多人失业。但这很多人失业呢，我们人的最主要的什么食物，所以我就鼓励一些那些慈善基金尤其是一些寺庙啦，你们知道什么寺庙了应该多做一点多做一点给回这个社会因为现在呢是真的很辛苦，真的人是很辛苦我有想过等到人家来，人家是有骨气的嘛，他不敢去的，他没有脸呢。好像那天你看我们新加坡不是有一个 blog 讲有一个男人看得很低声的，他跟人家讨吃的东西还好他没有去偷，没有去抢讨，他很 gentleman。 所以从这边你就可以看到我们这社会所需要的 一些温暖的辅助啊，给这些人呢能够度过这个难关。我很赞叹了一些组织啊，尤其是在我们知道的是新加坡这个什么the caring heart or loving heart 他们每个月每天煮几千餐给人家吃 free 的可是我们是没有人手的话呢，我们可以参与咯，参与就是我们 support 咯 ，raw material 咯，给他们去帮忙，或者我们可以有人来有困难，我们可以帮忙，这个是很重要的。为什么？因为作为一个慈善的基金呢，有时候看的是有一点不大对了。为什么呢？因为你跟人家讲，这个钱是用来做这个，这个钱做这个。没有用的你要用，不是你的钱，真人的钱因为人家的 intention 是要做这个，所以你一定要做给他。你有看过吗？有些人他们曾经好像会赚到一笔钱，或者拿到一个 project， 一个工程，或者一个升职的职位，突然间好像是他的，突然间没有掉有没有他的因缘在哪里呢？就是这样咯。人家要发愿的，要做这个的，你去把它歪到别的地方，很危险的，不要玩了。我们就会中这个东西咯。明明是你的，你去转掉了，变成不是你的了。你可以讲没有了，没有了没有不用紧的，你慢慢看咯。我们 intention 好就对，你的出发点是对的，可是做的东西也要对。Your intention is good, the way you do things also must be good, must be according to the intention， 这样才对嘛。不然的话，人家会讲什么你自己讲咯，5戒里面的咯你慢慢想了，我有没有在这里？有有没有接近？差不多接近所以很小心我们呢，尤其是一个宗教的组织，提拔、鼓励道德的，给人类的一种模范。每个人都有责任尽好他的能力，去做好自己，自己先。如果你自己都不可以守这个5戒，你怎样去跟人家讲5戒？你记得都心这样狭窄，你怎样去讲要做人家？你只会人家给我要了，不可以不是这样的，不是这样的。人家的钱不是我们的钱要明白这一点先我不是批评，我是提醒。因为有他的所谓的卡玛耶你只是看到那个号码，可是你知道吗？这个号码拿出来变成东西，变成食物马上很多人肚子饱可以活下去的。这个是叫做功德了，不是那个号码的功德，不是。你不要误会，这个很重要的。你的心不开不阔永远是窄窄的。我的，你的，死了带得去的，你的。要明白这一点所以有的人会不满意师父为什么要这样讲的？我们不是这样的，你们不是这样的，其实是这样的。听的人有一般人会爽一些，一些人就不爽了。可是我们要公正很多东西什么东西讲了，因为这个不是买卖，我们讲了道德的东西，道德都不是买卖 ，It's not buying and selling We're talking morality, talking about truth. 第二个就是戒律，很重要的。为什么很重要？ 很多人以为，因为我看到很多信徒，他会讲师父，我们做人呢，也不要太好，也不要太坏，也不要太……我讲没有这回事，做人一定要好，不要坏，不要坏，不要坏，不是不要太好，也不要太坏，人就会欺负。你要相信谁？相信佛陀，要相信那个人。那个人是谁？那个人是用利益来称、来想、来提出他的自己本身的感受，因为他所承受过的一些委屈，他放不下，所以他讲这些东西的。可是佛陀不是这样讲，佛陀讲诸恶莫作，众善奉行啊。诸恶啊，不要去做，不是讲啊，做一点点的不用紧，不可以，一点点都不可以啊。尤其这个五戒，不杀生，不偷盗，不邪淫，不妄语，不喝酒，这个不要去做。每样东西呢都有它的因果。很多人讲，我有做布施都好吗？我的心好就好吗？还有什么做什么戒律这样麻烦的？这个不可以，那个不可以。OK 咯，你的选择咯，可是如果他有一天呢，我们讲经的时候讲到要讲的Chano Sona Sutta， 佛陀也讲过，他讲过。你没有戒律啊，虽然你是给很多布施供养啦，你会出事做什么？动物啊，不要高兴啊，做大象啊、马牛啊、狗啊、鸡啊，狗啊，你看我们新加坡的狗啊，这边的狗、洋人的狗，哇，很好命的那狗，哇，它虽有骨身多么好的，我看了都，哇，老伟这边的很好命的猫啊，有猫屋子，你知道吗？我们那边以为很拉哇，来到这边呢，你更可怕哦！谁的哇，真好的，他们猫有自己的屋子的哦。这些人就是有做很多功德、布施供养咯，可是没有什么，没有戒律，所以才这样所以那些没有戒听的，不要生气，也不要骂我，不是我讲的，佛陀讲，我只是带话给你们听而已。你要小心哦。可是如果你觉得这样我要赶快守戒律，那就恭喜你咯，最好就是这样咯，因为你不是为谁而做，你是为你自己而做。因为佛陀呢，他有大智慧，佛陀他知道每样东西有他的因跟果，他知道你没有做这个，你就没有这个果报，所以要你做。所以你讲，我最少回来做人咯，有很大的富翁啊，什么都有，守好戒律咯，你报回来的。不然的话就是3天这个咯戒律所以你不要小看了这些戒律哦，因为它是呢修行的一个很重要的一个部分。很多人以为不用，修行就好，那你做的东西是自己做的啦。当然是这个心想你才会做嘛，你心没有想，心没有要，你才会去做，对不对？比如啦，你要吃福建米啦，如果你没有想你要吃福建米，你会去找福建米来吃咩？没有理由的嘛，对不对？你要吃罗蒂巴达啦，你会自己身体会自己走去吃罗蒂巴达，没有可能的。你一定要想，明天我要吃罗蒂巴达，你才会讲，我要去看有去吃，我要去买罗蒂巴达。死了，去到罗蒂巴达。他关我，你没有 check 他有没有开我，你就很生气，因为你要去吗？你觉得我要吃，你这个要吗？去那边，为什么没有开的你就不爽了，发脾气发脾气，罗蒂巴达没有，其实有很多别的食物可以吃的，不用发脾气的。可是因为你的药很强嘛，去到那边没有你就很 frustrated 咯，被 check 被送为什么不可以这个是人的问题了，看到吗？你看身体会自己去不会，要新鲜的。所以当你守戒的时候，你在修什么？你在修你的行为，修你的口业，你的身业，也在修你的心。 因为心是主宰，心不动什么动？什么都不会动啊！你看你晚上啊，给你例子，你还没有睡觉之前，你一定想，哎呦，我困睡了，我要睡觉，你去躺在那么，对不对？你睡觉了，那么几时你才动？你发梦，哇，发梦，哇，有人给很多金给你，你在梦里面你就动了，哇，很高兴啊，很多金啊，或者看到有鬼追你，跑到你醒起来了啊，原来是发梦，对不对啊？你看你的心是这样的，你的心就是这样动，我们的心就是这样被动到了啊。那么什么方法可以导致我们呢碰到的状况不动？就是你要修什么？修心，就是要打坐，就是要修这个戒定慧，很重要的。你看我们佛教里面讲的，没有讲啊，没有讲这三，每次都是推倡这三个的，一定要有戒、有定、有慧的，一定的，他不会逃过这边的，一定要讲做善业的，啊，八正道里面就是这个戒定慧咯，啊，那么这个戒定慧，戒律都讲了嘛，哈，啊，那么你修行呢，也是讲很多次的啦，也是重复，可是只是必须要重复，因为人是很容易忘记的。你没有跟他讲的一下迪拉巴，为什么呢？你365天呐，哈，除了拜六礼拜你没有做工了，一天你的时间呢放在你的工作上呢几个小时，你自己想，一天啊，一天你忙在你的工作忙啊，是什么忙？身体也忙，头脑也想这个想那个 planning 啊，这个几个小时，一天啊24小时 ，OK， 你睡觉 ，OK 了，6个到7个8个小时啊，你剩下几个小时？16个小时，16个小时你做工，驾车去来回，做你的工 ，OD 加上去10多个小时，是实的吗？对不对？现在比较好，因为 COVID 嘛，所以你没有工作吗？太闲空吗？啊，你会做什么？赌博咯，对不对？啊，赌博咯，啊，喝酒咯，啊，不然就看电视了，玩娱乐咯。你看这些时间呢，你讲娱乐吗？你慢慢消化掉。你的心里面呢，已经充满着这些你去做的东西。那么你讲你有一个习惯，你喜欢打坐，还没有睡之前嘛，你打坐，你1个小时了，我跟你讲了，你1个小时了，你全部的时间在想别的东西你要在这个1个小时给你的心定下来你就哇打坐逼啊。那么第15分钟半个小时，你挣扎，你的心差不多要下来，嘣，一样东西来，哎呦，你要去做了。你看，你差不多都，你的打坐只是身体差不多是没有时间去打坐，或者根本都没有打坐。你的心一直呢消费掉那种精神，你的体力跟精神，你的时间慢慢的一天一天的没掉了，你不知道，很恐怖的那么当不如意的时候，东西发生，啪，你的心承受不了，为什么呢？因为你没有训练，因为你没有定力，因为你没有去思维一些什么是无常苦我的问题，因为你很怕去想什么是死，什么是不如意，你每次想哇，很好的，很好，这是人的弱点呐，所以佛陀每次有提醒我们，每天有一次他问过很多和尚你一天呢思维死几次，死亡念几次，有的是讲1次、10次、100次，佛陀讲不是的，每个进处每个进每个处有进没有处你就死，有处没有进你也死。所以从这一点呢，你可以看到佛陀的提醒我们在提醒我们人生的无常我们人的生命多么的脆弱，很快的一刹那而已你看现在很多知识，医学的知识给我们看到我们的心脏 不管你是哇多么厉害的那种athletic 啊，运动家啊，我很强壮的人啊，突然间会暴毙死掉了。为什么呢？因为那个血要流到你的头脑啊，塞住了，oxygen 不上，你暴毙，当场死亡。人家就讲为什么会这样，就很显示到生老病死这个东西呢是很平常的，没有什么可怕的。问题是在当你活生生的时候，还有生命在的时候，你怎样的去用掉你的时间啊？这个才是它的关键。你是为谁而做？你为你自己做。你修行打坐，你做这些善业为谁而做？你为自己做。你不要讲我为别人做，为这个做，你不是为别人做，你为你自己做。你自己如果没有这个所谓的你要去做的话，它会变成善业吗？所以你要为自己做，你要为自己做，你是为你自己做，不是为别人？因为你有去做，别人才会利益到你的好处。你是以身作则吗？这样才对啊！这个很重要的，因为现在啊，修行的人啊，很多个啊没有耐性，很多个就修外面的，看外面的，看别的缺点很容易的。你要看别的缺点呢，这个不好了，这个修行不好了，这戒律不好，我的戒律一直看外面的。你有这样的心态啊，当你打坐的时候啊，你会看到什么？看到外面的东西了，看到鬼啦，看到这个，看到那个，看到一大堆的东西。哎，你修行是为了什么？为什么要讲这个东西？因为现在很多修行的人，因为玩很多 game 啊，这些武侠小说的 game 啊，这些天龙八部啊，哇，中国出很多这种 game 啊。因为我们的这些佛教徒也是华人嘛，就玩这些东西咯。所以他在脑袋里面全部都是充满这种 game 的知识嘛，对不对？这种 memory 嘛。在打坐的时候，哇，看到等一下，好像有一个东西跑出来，他以为是真的，其实他自己的幻觉 ，imaginations， 他以为是真的，那么去问一个人呢，那个是真的 confirm 啊，变成真的了，不要啊，很危险啊，我们的未来的佛教徒啊，年轻人啊。你们要小心一点啊！佛陀没有鼓励人家，我们佛教徒静坐去看这些都没有的。佛陀的什么戒定这个心，没有过去和未来的念头，定这个心，给他入定，然后怎样去看什么？看自己的心，看自己的五蕴。看自己的身体，这个身体啊，它会生老病死，真的吗？啊，看这个身体啊，不是你的，真的吗？是我的了，不是，是你的。你看，身体啊，不要老嘞。你从 baby 到现在，你看到变化有没有变化？可怕吗？你看那头发，你看我2个礼拜啊，剃了一长了，啊，我胡须割2、3天，又跑出来了。一直要照顾他的，你看白发都跑出来了，不要出来了嘞！我要看到比较年轻一些嘞，我要变成，他有听你的吗？没有的，你看我们的皱纹，以前没有戴眼镜啊，哇，现在要戴眼镜又看不清楚啊！你看，这个就是老化，就是大自然，我们慢慢去思维这些东西，我们才不会执着。思维人的过程，人的生老病。刚才我刚刚接到一个电话，我的朋友阿张博啊，住在美索那个阿张博388里面的，他中 cancer， 他打电话给我，可是他很开朗来讲，嘿 ，How are you？ 你看为什么他这样开朗？因为有修行，每次有思维，这颗心呢已经准备好了，可以走的，所以有没有 cancer？ No problem， 已经这个心准备好的心就是。接受大自然要显出的结果，生老病死， 你不会慌张，不会怕。为什么？你心很定，因为你思维到有智慧了吗？能够接受这个事实，你就不会怕。会怕的人什么？心啊，没有戒律，没有做个好事，心一直放在外面跑。这个地我的，这个财子我的，这个生意我的，我的钱我的太太我的地产我的这个我这个，哇，什么都是他的，怎么，他有一天死掉，哎呦，他要放掉这些东西，很可怕嘞，哎，我的嘞，啊，你看连身体都留不住他了，你看，你不用离开身体啊，身体离开你啊，身体没有跟你签 contract 的嘞。讲不会发生的，他这样离开你的，所以很多人就是突然间的棒死掉，啊，那么我们会记得，哇，很可惜哦，哎呦，不应该嘞，也不应该这样，不应该，不是你讲的吗？应该不应该？你以为他要吗？他也不要，可是没办法，这个是业，事实就是事实，所以要很小心。好，那么这些修行人啊，我要提醒的。再三的提醒，不要去玩这些所谓的尼密达，这些幻觉啊！看到这个看到，不要去玩它，不要去管它，因为你的心还没有那个定力，你还不明白，你还不是真正的入过定，出定怎么样，入定怎么样，入定的程序是怎么样。你要明白这个程序怎样入定，很有经验的知道这样做不我就能够入定，这样做我就能够入定，你才知道什么是真的是假的。你连这个都搞不清楚，你跟我讲你看这个看那个看个屁呀！不是要来你讲要骂人了，是实的，要教人家我去打坐误人子弟啊！很危险的，会变成瞎子，不要玩了。那么那些无辜的人啊，开始学习打坐了，给你这样啊，牵他们走啊，你把他们呢要登入涅槃的路啊斩掉，你知道吗？这个业多么重啊！你自己都搞不清楚，你想教人，所以不要啊。那么这些年轻的修行人要很小心啊。你要看你修的，要去读佛经，所以有时候啊，要听经，要读佛经，就是这样咯，一定要听要读的，不然的话你会被误导，因为最少我们有这个三藏经，给你回来呢，我们叫做参考，是这样对吗？可以做 reference 一下，对嘞，如果你讲不要做 reference，讲 reference。做参考这样，我修了之后，我的贪嗔痴有没有增加啊？你看这边呢，贪嗔痴有没有增加？我的我慢有没有加强？我慢，我执着的东西有没有加强？我的贪啊，贪这个贪那个有没有？好像没有嘞。越修越抵达巴博拉沙这样的，不管，算了啦，这样就好哦。可是你如果是算了啊，不是懒惰啊。有些人呢，他们的这个所谓的内心的这个魔鬼呀，他会进来呀，他要想嘛，有一些东西他讲不要管啊，这种态度不要管。你要明白，有的东西是你的责任。你必须参与的，不是不要管的，要去管的，要看一下的，要很小心这一点。很多人讲，我放下，放什么下？放什么下？吃的时候有没有这样看到你放下吃这样多？做东西有没有看你做？因为 A 啦这边想到乱走啊，你看啊，你这很重要的，你要看这边咯。所以很多修行人很会用这个修行的放下来作为借口。我已经放下了，可是物质越来越大间，车越来越大辆，买的东西越来越多，投资这个投资那个，想放 放个屁，放个屁，你不要相信。如果你放下的啊，你不会这样。你放下的，你真的是不要的。你要的是牺牲去做的，不是为了什么东西，为了利益人群去做，牺牲的做啊，这个是真的牺牲做。没有讲哇很累啊，不要去啊，不用紧啊，因为这个身体用不到100年而已嘛，就给回这个大自然嘛，要用赶快用啊，要用赶快用。好像我这个年纪57岁的67、77多20年啊，如果给你30年了，你30年而已，30年呢几天而已呢，你đảm一下咯啊，一年呢365天，10年呢3000，不到一万天呢，对不对？不到1万天呢，3365天一年，3650天，10年 times 3 30年 times 3，不到1万天呢。你看妈妈买呢蛮可怕一下的嘞，还不赶快修。所以我们人就是这样咯，因为你有这样想，你才会有这种所谓的 sense of urgency 啊 ，sense of urgency 就是要赶快，加油，要去做，不然的话你会这种好像很懒散的一种态度。哎呀，不用几时做都可以了，这样，哎，不要嘞，啊，不要放逸啊，所以要很小心啊。不是讲师父的开示啊，每次都是好像很 natural 很 normal 的东西，很 normal 你做得到吗？不要讲太高了，讲这些 normal 的啦。我们是人来的，脚踏实地的，讲这脚踏实地的东西你都做不到啊！你要讲里面经典讲那个这样高的东西，每次要骗自己又做不到，要拿来讲做什么？看书本来讨论，不是讨论的，要做的。打坐东西真的要做的，jhana是要做的，不是jhana拿来讲的。所以我们说讲那些你们人用得到的东西，看得到的东西，正在影响我们佛教徒里面呢所发生的问题啊。什么我慢咯，我慢到咯，我是这个嘞职位，我是那个职位嘞，你看，哎呀，你是为谁而做啊？所以也不要讲太多了哦。为什么呢？因为我们就快要念经了啊，所以今天的这个短暂的佛法的开示啊，白灵国的了，没有办法啊，就到此为止了啊。所以祝福你们呢这个4号啊，10月的4号，我们在这里有这个格汀啊，就是雨季安居过后的功德1的节日啊，所以很多地方呢，尤其在瓦巴雷来了他们也不公开的做咯我们闪底也不公开的做，可是我们在这里就不一样哦，我们做好4号啊，4号好，4号也是这种 live 的 telecast 在这边咯所以你们可以来随喜这个功德了现在祝福你们ยะถาวาริวหาปุราปาริปุเรนติสาการังเอวเมวะนิโทตินาเพตานังอุปกปติอิจิตังปฏิตังตุมหังคิปเมวะสมิจตุสัพเพปุเรนตุสังกปาจันโทปนาราโสยะถามณิโชติราโสยะถาสัพพิติโยวิวัชชันตุสัพพะโรโกวินาศตุมาเทภวันตรายโยสุขีทีขายุโกภวะอภิวาดานาสิริสานิจังวุฒาปจายโนตตารโอธรรมวัฏันติอายุวันโนสุขังภะลัง